One thing that I do need to remind you is the clear emphasis in two directions from the Bible. One is that Jesus said to his disciples in Acts 1 and verse 8, he said, "You will receive power after the Holy Spirit has come on you." Now, this is not conversion. It's not the moment of your conversion. Yes, we're born again by the Spirit of God. But this is a separate experience, because it was the Apostle Paul visiting the Christians in one particular town, said to them, "Have you received the Holy Spirit since you believed?" In other words, it's an after experience. You cannot receive the Holy Spirit before conversion, not to be baptized. Yes, the Holy Spirit brings conviction, because when I was a teenager, and I remember the first time I ever preached in church, age 13, and I was shocked because nobody repented. And I went home and I said to my father, who was of course a man of God and a preacher, although it wasn't his church, and I said, "What went wrong? Nobody repented." And my father said, "Simply, you've not yet received the Holy Spirit." And he taught me one of the most important lessons. It's the words of Jesus, who said, "When the Holy Spirit is come, he will convict the world of sin, of righteousness, and of judgment to come." So the conviction comes through the Holy Spirit. We need the Holy Spirit to bring that conviction. And yes, the ungodly person comes under the conviction of the Holy Spirit. That's not receiving the Holy Spirit. That's being convicted by the Holy Spirit. There's a difference. And the other thing is this. If you're seeking, and this is a big subject and I can't deal with it now, because I do believe that to receive the Holy Spirit must be followed by clear evidence in your life. Just as I was talking to a man from Pakistan today, and he was saying, "What's the point in being a Christian if I'm no different to my neighbor?" And he's talking about being in a meeting with people, ordinary people, and he says, "If I'm not different, what's the point in my being a Christian?" And one thing about the Holy Spirit that I had to learn right from the earliest day, I did not receive the Holy Spirit when I first asked. It took 3 months of prayer and fasting for what I wanted from the Holy Spirit. And the one thing the Holy Spirit did show me, and I was only 13, was that if you've got a jug half full of dirty water and you want to get some fresh milk, you don't put that milk into that jug half full of dirty water. If you've got any sense, you tip it out and you rinse it out and wash it, and you want clean milk in a clean jug. And God had to show me that if I wanted a real infilling with the Holy Spirit, there had to come an emptying first. Well, I was only 13, I was only a teenager, but it still meant there had to be an emptying before I could be filled. And put it this way, if you do put in a 1 litre jug 500 millilitres of water and 500 millilitres of milk, you've got half milk, half water. However clean the water is, it's watered down. And think of that if you're seeking the Holy Spirit. Don't have something which is watered down. Let's get it pure. That's what I got. That's what made the difference in my life.